back. So I have some information from these speakers about the eye in the sky. So supposedly, what's great is that the satellite can go through your whole life and determine whether you committed a crime or not. And I asked for that during this. And instead, they decided to sell porn of mine before the last 5 years on the dark web. Mm-hmm. A female. Isn't that great? I'm getting so just treated wonderfully by other women that are jealous. Can you believe that? Are there any warm hearted women out there? Just warm hearted women. So these speakers are annoying as hell. They continually are talking about HIV. And I want to talk about HIV because there's a horrible outbreak in about 14 states and 7 countries. Oh, and Swedish brides, your mail order brides, come with HIV, just so you know. What else about HIV? Oh, did you know that it's possible that Africa actually has been messing with the HIV virus, trying to make it a little bit more. Well, what they stated on these speakers is that they introduced human DNA to the virus, and now it's emitting oxytocin and dopamine, which would explain the erratic sexual behavior after being infected. What else about HIV? Cover it up. If you ask somebody, are you clean? And they tell you yes and you get HIV, that is murder. Marissa Walls and Greg Sawyer are responsible for murdering 55,000 people. How maybe a good little smoke. I still can't get any first responders or doctors. I want to talk about what first responders have come on these speakers and said. There is a bounty on me through all hospitals and all first responders. Isn't that awesome? Let's see here. Just cover it up. Double if you have to. I just want everybody to see my death if it happens. I'm so sick and tired of hearing how I'm a careless, heartless person because I'm trying to protect other people. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me fix something. Hold on. There we go. That's better. A little bit better. What else should I talk about? I'm out of marijuana. Oh, so I am calling out to all the YouTubers that are aware of the dark web YouTube and the children and the babies that you have seen and witnessed being murdered. It's very important that you come forth and say what you have witnessed. They keep running these schemes where they're pretending like they have my daughters. What am I supposed to do about that? I'm practically kicked out of their lives just for being the crazy mom. What am I supposed to do? They're very real. They are so real. Hold on. They fall in my armpits. So I'm just going to stay live and keep arguing with these people, having to listen to this crap. Crapola. Who's your wife? Greg, where is Marissa? She's in Sacramento. The police in Sacramento are hiding her. And her mom, Renee. And Jennifer. Yes, and I was given her phone number. I think I'll call tomorrow. See if she's seen Marissa. Yeah, they remember me as much as I remember them. She deserved better. She deserved more. What I could give. So I'm sitting here working on my slouch. It doesn't help when you're constantly being told that. Greg, I want to know, who's Jennifer? All the babies, they're crying. All the babies are crying. All the babies that Greg Sawyer has murdered for his satanic cult. I can hear them crying with my soul. Gasping for air, lungs being compacted. They sag, they're real. Yes, they do. And quit running food subs. And I don't eat during the day. I eat from about 4 to 10. That's when I take in my calories. I'm not. I haven't been notified. And I'm on probation. I have court on April 19th in Monterey. Nothing else to do. I'm pretty bored. I keep waiting for 30 or 40 people to come in and assault me and give me HIV so they can blame it on me. That's what they're trying to do. Piece of shit! Yes. It's getting hairy on these speakers. So I have this birth certificate information from the state of Idaho. And there's my name right there. Look who that is. Tamara Kreutzer. I know it's backwards. So they say that I have to petition. Well, the state of Idaho supposedly, possibly, already spent my inheritance and is denying me my birth certificate so that I cannot claim it. But I have a Numident report right here. Look at this. Watch this. Tamara Lila Kovach, place of birth, Idaho. Can you see it all backwards? So I have that, but what I've already turned into them, other than the Numident report, were my high school records. Look at this. Watch this. In fact, we can talk with Velvin Higby from Central Point. Once, because they erased my high school records. So here's this. Gloin, right there. Look at that. 872 Justice Road. There's that. There's a driver's license, a Numident report. My marriage certificate, another driver's license, my oldest daughter's driver's license, and this is the woman, at fact, that betrayed me the most. Her name is Kim Sullivan. Does anybody know Kim Sullivan? She's right there. She actually came to the jail while I was still incarcerated, and I told her the story, and she proceeded to begin to walk out, and she looked at me and she said, "Why are you the only one?" And I knew she was rape partner material right there, weirdo. I didn't know that she was involved then. What other evidence do I have? Let's read some things. Let's read something. 4/29/18. Today I know I'm closer to freedom. To think of all that is happening right now is exhilarating. I'm scared about my mom, but still feel positive that is the right thing to do. My mother murdered my father. I've met somebody through this. To feel any kind of trust is a step in a healthy direction for me. Doesn't sound too bad, huh? 8/17/18. I've decided to start writing. I can't wait for a damn hero first. I'm in it for myself. I don't even know how to begin. I feel so abandoned by my own government. But of course the government will probably blame me. Just as all the women, police and FBI, have been doing for 8.5 months. Blaming me for not loving Greg back, for being an escort in my past, for not having herpes. I've never in my life seen such cruelty from authority figures, being told all the time that they can do what they want because I'm on probation. The doctors try to tell me all the time that they own me and I was never meant to survive. But I feel like I'm going to live through this. I want to live. The chatter has changed again. A bought and paid for U.S. Marshal. Yay, more corruption. Still nothing but sexual references and sex subs. I feel like a slave. There is no freedom in my body. I could break the subs if these speakers weren't in my ears. The police are trying to cover up for the police officers that have been involved for 2.5 years. They seem to think that I can just forget what they have done for sport. Even the chief of police is involved. Then comes the FBI. They thought for sure they would fix it. But no, it was the same as the police. If I tell the truth about what they have done, then they will retaliate. They threatened to rape my daughters and to rape me. They cannot grasp the idea of trauma. Yeah, I'm supposed to feel about their traumas? Nothing has been done like a professional. Nothing has been done like a professional is even aware of what's happening. I'm being told that they have paperwork that I supposedly signed. Greg never even told me that he was aware of such technology. He told me it was premeditated from AI robot on. And since Rose and him are brothers, Officer Rose, I'm assuming all the gang was involved from concept on. That's a very scary thought. I feel myself beginning to wonder if death is too overboard. I wish I could be honest with all of them, but my views will be pegged for weaknesses. If people only understood that being this understanding comes with a price. I don't just see the bad guy's point of view, but I also see how they view me. Not a pretty sight. If I could just run away from all of it. I have places to run to finally. It's too dangerous to let them follow me back to Oregon. I can't go to Joey's. That was that. The last entry. 8/31/18. Yes, finally moved to Vacaville. Feeling comfortable in the new house, excited to start a new phase on my terms, well, God's terms. Still a constant barrage of talking from a variety of people, from police to celebrities. Don't know when it will stop. Keep thinking today is it, but I still wake up to the same crap. Her is still a constant problem. Supposedly the Supreme Court is involved. Who knows anymore what the reality is? I know that I feel a lot more empowered than I did in Vallejo. I feel a little safer in Vacaville. I hope to be able to build on that and feel safe again, even in my own mind. I feel determined, capable, and empowered. What else do I have for evidence that I was in Vallejo? Well, other than the court papers, look at all of this. Oh my goodness. What does this say? It says defense John Mendenhall, Judge Healy. Mendenhall. Healy. This states that I'm to stay away from alcohol and illegal drugs. Pot is not illegal. This is a crisis contact information. So this has Kim Sullivan, Eric Elias, Jermaine Armstead. Shows that I was on Abilify. And Aristada injections. Ew, yuck. This says that, let's see here. Oh, there we go. Adult Crisis Management Plan. Client Medi-Cal 94331352F66168. Oh, client's current living situation, Portrait House, 392 Alhambra, VJO. Let's see here. 392 Alhambra. Beverly's number from the Portrait House is 707-816-7520. What else does this show? Oh, my coping skills. Okay, how to know when I need help. The signs that aid me and others to recognize that I need help are if I get quiet and irritable. My coping skills. These are the things I've done in the past to relax or feel better. Prayer, stop and think, stay objective, great ability to feel empathy, positive self-talk, affirmation, self-control, stay focused on the universe, stay focused and determined. These are the things that I know are not good for me in a crisis. Self-pity, negative people, drugs, thinking about hurting him. Him would be Greg. Yes, Raider, you can come in. Come on. Yes. What are you doing, big guy? Huh? What are you doing? You're such a good kitty. So I want to talk about all these theories and ideas that they're trying to steal from me. So I have some HIV ideas. And I was wondering, if exposure, if you know that you were exposed and it's in your bloodstream, could you do the antivirals and like a round of chemo or something then and possibly kill it then? And then I was kind of thinking of, like infrared light, focused, hyper focused through crystal or something, and use it on the blood like a dialysis machine. And then what if, see, they're exhausting me before I go to school is what they're trying to do. They're selling all of my ideas and theories, especially my evolution theories. So I have a bunch of documentation from Solano County Jail where they put me on jailbabes.com against my will. I didn't get a dime. 2:15:17, 6:14 p.m. Had court today. This morning when I got up, I had a premonition that my cell was going to be searched. Interesting. When I get back, I found out and my extra sheet was gone, but not my earplugs. I had hid my sheet in a t-shirt. Should have been fine just like every other time. Well, Greg just can't stop himself from bragging. He says he called again and pretended to be my mom, concerned about my criminal behavior, and told her about my sheet. Interesting enough, my cleaner that's out in the open wasn't snagged. He says because I want you to drink it. Today he has been very torturing emotionally and physically. But on the bus leaving, I said, I'll probably leave March 3rd. That's when my next court date is. Pretty damn cool that my intuition is growing the way that it has. Had a beautiful reading, really felt God's love in it, and I feel more confident. So Greg just lost his defense about not being the voice on these speakers while I was in jail, because his phone records will show that he's the only one who's called. From the get-go, I've claimed domestic terrorism and psychological rape. I will be successful. My right ear is starting to ache. I pray that the speaker perforates my eardrum and is visible. I can handle the pain. It will be worth it. Chew. Chew. Oh, excuse me. 1:31:17, 10:10 p.m. In conversation with Greg about the Travis Keysucker thing, he told me that he turned off his headlights and hit Travis on purpose. Because he was angry with me because I stayed at the bar. He said that he stopped, offered him meth and money, and Travis did a shot in his car, and he gave him a ride back to his house. He says the OHP is now asking his insurance for compensation. He says that Travis filed a delayed police report by 2 days. I don't know if it's true, but I know that he's made me walk the 6 miles and we had to leave right away. And Greg has admitted to attempting to run people off the road before, and he has horrible road rage. He just said I broke his back on something and I did it on purpose. 10:05 to 1:17. Was just talking to Greg now. You know what I was going to evolve into? Murdering and raping children. It started because the girl that was his first choice for some reason. I remember seeing a picture of her, young, redhead, beautiful, reminded me a little of Kendall. He said, I lifted your eye and showed you her picture while I was raping you. He is also freaked out because that means that everything he said while he was raping me is in my psyche. I heard him talk about hurting kids. This has to be why. I told my kids he was a pedophile. I just knew in my gut, but it was too late. I was trapped. Now he's the one trapped. I'll keep his attention as long as possible to keep kids and other women safe. I'm not going to sit here and keep reading. Leave me alone. Stop talking to me. So then you know about the other 27? Which one was your favorite? There have been other 27 other women that have been wired up like me. They've all committed suicide while being broadcasted. This is what they're trying to get me to do, is commit suicide. And I'm the bitch for trying to save my own life and my daughter's. Give me a break. Come on, let's go wake Daddy up. No, he's sick. Say that to my face, you little punk bitch. Well, I'm fighting. I can't slap them. I have to get their attention somehow. And I'm telling you, everybody. Figure out something to do with my hair. I'm thinking I want to do a V. I need to get it cut. Like, to know. What else? Let's see. What else shows that I lived in below? That I was abiding by my probation. Here is. Where does it say my address? Oh, there it is. Right there. And this was saying that I was getting Medi-Cal and food stamps. Come on, let's go, kitty. Hi, how was your nap? Switching heat patterns or heat signature. you. Appreciate it.
That's all I got.
Okay. These grapes are great. These are some good ones. Where'd you pick them up at? Let's get started. There we go. Yay! I have some weed. Let's see what we're looking at here. Not too bad. It could be worse. It can always be worse. Good, I don't have to share it. Get your own stash. So I'll find your stash and you find my stash. I have been able to reckon, and during this situation, I can tell smoking anything is the brain difference. Because they're trying to make you a freebaser. Teeth and dignity. What falls in my... No. What will be in my stash are pills that I'm not supposed to have. Like some black beauties or chloral hydrates. Oh yes, I would like a chloral hydrate. Some though. My tolerance goes up really quickly for them though. And a black beauty. Black beauty would be nice if I found out. I've never had one, but I know what they are. So black beauties are back from what, the 70s? And it was a benzodiazepine along with an amphetamine. Doesn't get any better than that, right? Unless you threw in a little Percocet. But I don't do any pills anymore. On rare occasion. Do I take pills right now? Because the doctors won't treat me. Because I am red flagged at every hospital, and Greg has made me and my daughters registered sex offenders in Alabama. Because you can register online. I am here to tell you that yes, they are real. He delivered me. You don't even know Debbie. The Kovacs in Hungary, are trying to say that I'm not Tamara Lila Kovac. 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 I don't know. They're telling me I'm saying it wrong. So I'm going to tell you a little story of my whole life. I was born July 2nd, 1978, in a little trailer up in Kootenai County, Idaho. We then moved to the top of the mountain, which my father, Jerry James Barnes, or Jerry James Kovac, built with his own two hands, and it was made from an old Vietnam Army tent, and then it was built onto, and I remember having a wood cook stove and potty training in the outhouse and taking baths in a canning kettle. Yes. I can remember having a Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls. And my bed was in, right as soon as you came in the door was my bed. And then I remember just moving. Lots of moving. Once a year. I don't remember ever being without my stepdad, Bill Gloin. But my next memories are the highway truck, Big Red. And I remember my little sister and I, she was about 3 months old at the time. She learned to walk on the truck. So we spent about a year on the truck and we saw 32 states. So I've been to 32 states before I was 5. And the only thing I remember is the Toys R Us sign in Chicago. And then I remember it being so hot and me getting a t-shirt in Oklahoma. And then the rest of the memories are all inside the truck, where her baby food was kept underneath the TV, and everything was this maroon on the inside, all the interior. And then I remember Ione. Ione is where my mom, my little sister, and I got off the truck, but my dad kept trucking for a little while. And I started kindergarten in Ione, Washington. And I can remember being in kindergarten and was already so independent, so alone in my world. Now that I was late diagnosed with autism, with possibly an autistic savant. I have an IQ of 184 with a 7th grade education. A lot of the doctors and scientists have been very angry at me. And I can remember in Ione, I was told to walk home. I was put on the walk list when I was supposed to be on the bus list because we had a substitute. And I walked home. I walked the 5 miles home. And I did just fine. No, at 5 years old. I could cross the bridge and everything by myself. I remember the bridge. And then, so from Ione, well, I do remember Chewelah, so that's even younger. Chewelah, Washington. The house that my grandfather and grandmother lived in that had the antique store on the bottom. And then we moved out of there into a caboose. We actually. What else? So what's going on is Marissa Walls is trying to take advantage of the fact that I do not have a birth certificate and I'm applying for my delayed birth certificate. So and I met her in jail. So what she's trying to do and Greg are trying to do are switch our identities so that he can collect my inheritance behind my back while I a birth certificate or identification or anything. I'm not illegal. I was just born at home. To Deborah J. Gloin. Deborah J. Boring is actually in on this, and she's actually trying to say I'm not her daughter. I'd like DNA done. I'd like my father's body exhumed. And I would like her to be lifed. Yes. I'm hearing a lot of, please don't do this. Please don't do this. Maybe I should do something about this part. Well, that's been the problem. You hide them. So after Ione and Chewelah, Washington, we moved to Oregon. And I've been to jail in Oregon. I received my GED in Oregon, went to high school in Oregon, elementary school. I went to Central Point Elementary. I went to Scenic Middle School. Well, when people come to you and offer you a bunch of money to do something wrong, you would think that you'd go, there must be a reason. I'm about to make a really fucking stupid decision. What else has my mother done? Who hasn't done something in this situation? Because Greg Sawyer has corrupted every friend, every family member I had during this. with hundreds and thousands of dollars an hour that, or hundreds and thousands of dollars that he's made from broadcasting me or chloroforming me and having celebrities assault me for $1,000 an hour. A little odd, huh? I do remember living with Greg. My soul will always be tattered because of my experience. Always around the edges. Does anybody know if you can have your DMT tested? Can you check to see if there's still DMT? Because I'm being told that I was killed and brought back 167 times. Now, I specifically remember one experience. I remember projections, like going out of my body while the trauma was happening. I remember waking up with a chemical taste in my mouth. I don't remember the surgeries that put the speakers in my ears or in my forehead. I don't remember the lobotomy. I remember being set on fire with magnified sunlight from across the parking lot in Sacramento. Sacramento. Marijuana. I've gotten through this last 5 years with God, marijuana, and running my mouth in that order. I have gotten quite a foul language lately, and I'm a bit prickly lately. But if it can change into that, then it can change back. I'm never going to be my old self again, am I? I miss her. And they keep saying, well, it's not fair. She wasn't forcibly raped. She's never been forcibly raped. No, I'll give it up first. You learn what that look means. Hungrier than their morals will allow for a boundary. Any boundaries? Or my boundaries don't matter. I know, and they're all really bad and really blunt and forward and bossy and condescending, and I wasn't getting any attention. 2/13/17, 11:55 p.m. Greg was telling me his intentions to murder me, or how he was going to do it. He said, "This is awesome." I said, "This is awesome." Greg was going to murder me, and he said, "I did murder you, you fucking bitch, but you came back. I didn't know how to cover it up." It's just full of this stuff. Woke up feeling 2/14/17. Woke up feeling mean. Greg said he worked on it all night long to get me to threaten to kill him out loud. The funny part is, I've covered my ass really well. The fact that he programs me to try and kill him is so stupid. I don't try to do anything. I would kill him and get away with it. I must resist the program, and the guy's a fucking fruitcake, a true idiot. Then, when I get mean, he tortures me. No, I don't cuss in a lot of it, unless it's him. Oh, and yes. Yes, I had my police officer hat on. Threw that one away. Moved up to the FBI, put that one on. Threw that one away. Well, I know it's not supposed to be personal, but these people have been paid to look away from all of this. And that's what upsets me about the FBI. Well, the FBI in San Francisco is full of baby mills and daddies. And then I don't know about Sacramento, and I know Oregon's been on the speakers, FBI, but I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if they're still there. Because Oregon keeps erasing all my phone calls. Wait till I get a hold of these people. Or it's because of the governor in Oregon. Oregon. 5 years. I have proof for everything. And I'll pay for it. Oh, I can't believe I offered billions. Yes, everybody's trying to cheat me out of my money. There are about 6 so far. Ooh. Couple thousand, mother fudgers. I'm not allowed to cuss on YouTube. Is that it? Okay, I won't say it. And so is eBay. They're selling children on the dark web. I know, but I had an itch. I don't think I'm really getting stoned off of this. Why is that what matters? I don't want HIV.